Hello YouTube, HP Zeta here today, and this is another pickups video. I haven't done one of these in a while, and I think it's going to become abundantly obvious why not. You'll see in a second. There just hasn't been any great things going around. No great pickups, no great games or anything like that to show you. For some reason, whatever the reason may be, I just can't find PC games in dual cases anymore. I've got a feeling that there's a seller buying all of them. Sort of thing happens at charity shops. What can you do? But nonetheless, I thought I'll make the best of a bad situation and still spice things up a bit today. Today we've also got two packages that was graciously sent to me. The one is sent by Everts. I will be linking to his channel, and we did a part exchange so you guys can see what I sent him and what he sent me, so it's all good. And yes, I think what we'll do is we'll start off with the pickups, and then I'll quickly do a quick unboxing with these. It's not big items, so I'm not going to point the camera down, and maybe I should. No, I'll do that. I'll point the camera down for you. There won't be much of an edit, but at least you could see what we got today. So to start off with, now this is literally everything I got in the last 2 months or so. There just hasn't been anything floating around that's been worthwhile buying. I just don't know why. Okay, and the first thing that I've got here is part 1 of 2 exploration pack. Now this includes Tony Quinn's Virtual Galaxy. I don't know if it's good or not. Beyond the Wall of Stars, Quest 1 of the Titans trilogy. I don't know what that is. It's an adventure game with 3D animation, so it's going to be fairly terrible because this thing is from 1993 or 4 or something. Photo Pro Select, the best of Photo Pro, and Matt and Joe's cool screen backgrounds. I want to get a green screen. When I've got a green screen, this will come in using all of those, all backgrounds. Then also I picked up a copy of Renegade because I didn't have one yet. This is complete. Everything is there. I'm fairly happy. I also picked up some music. Oh yeah, there was a copy of Duke Nukem 3D Atomic Edition for trade. If anyone doesn't have a copy of Duke Nukem 3D yet in physical form, please let me know. Fumdew Project, You're the Reason EP. This is a mix, and I've been getting back into techno and electronic and dance music and stuff, and yeah, I'm going to try this out. EDM, 80s EDM is making a huge comeback, and it sounds spectacular. I don't know if you want to do a good thing, just like search YouTube for like 3 hours of 80s EDM, and there's these mixes that you can get that's modern mixes, and lots of YouTube things there. Also bought the soundtrack for Les Miserables. I can't pronounce the French, sorry guys. I like the show, so I thought I would pick that up, and it was like £2. It's nothing. Finally, there were some big box things, but don't. This is not going to blow you away though. Ubisoft F1 Racing Simulator. Now I had F1 Racing Simulator for the Voodoo one. It was a packing game. I'm hoping this is the same one. So we will see when I actually play it. I haven't opened this yet, but let's see if it's all complete. Lovely thick manuals. I mean that you don't see that every day anymore. I mean that's quite lovely and thick. And then of course here's the CD. Then these are just shelf fillers. No need to actually keep these anymore in modern times, but it's still nice to collect them. And that is a copy of MS-DOS 6 Upgrade. I never had any of the MS-DOSes in original. My father owned all of them. He had like big boxes of all of them, and that's sitting in a storage locker somewhere where I can't get to it. But yeah, I got MS-DOS now in a big box, nice shelf fuller. I checked inside, the thick manual is here, all of the stiffies are here, is there, so I own a copy of it, and it's just normal 6, it's not 6.22. And then also picked up a big box copy of Windows 95. This is 95 upgrade, it's genuine, got the CALs. Once again, this is complete, nice thick manual in there. And I think this was the CD, yeah, it's a CD-ROM edition. It has the free Evolve action game, which we all played. Just want to see what's inside here, and I haven't even opened this up. Maybe there's other stuff in here, but we will see in a second. So let's see. Open it up, and we've got a lovely quick start guide, getting started manual and CD that hasn't been opened, as well as the certificates. There's a few. Oh, there's a bonus NT workstation certificate. Cool. So I can use NT workstation now legitimately. I don't know what cert this is for. There's another certificate. Yeah, so it looks complete. One thing in mold is a huge problem in Durban. All of the big boxes suffer from mold in some sort of way. It has little brown marks on there. I'm sure eventually my pristine collection of big boxes will look like that. So nothing a person can do, unfortunately. It's just where you stay, and I can't move. So that's literally the only pickups we had. There hasn't been anything else. It's been dead quiet. I'm busy working on a very interesting video for you guys. I'm going to do a series called Worst of the Worst. It's going to be a story-driven hardware review series. Story-driven. I've got a few things planned. I don't know if it'll work out or not, but we will see. If you don't try, you will never know. But yeah, that's all. And let's go back here now to our pickups. Let's see what we got there. So I'm going to take you guys, and this is an experiment. I've got no idea if this works. Let's point you guys all the way down. So I want to point it so that most of this is... Okay, so let's start with the one from Everts. By the way, Everts, I will link back to you. Well, let's start with the boring. Let's start with Everts one first. We'll get to the boring one just in a little bit. So I'm just going to move the screen there so that I can see what I'm doing, so nothing's off camera. By the way, we did some funny things on there, and I made some jokes and labeled things interestingly. You'll probably notice in the video. So Eva did clue me up on this little extra that he threw in, which is kind of awesome. Kind of gives you an idea what's in there. And that's some mini heat sinks. And this is one of those Chinese replacement fans. It's aluminium. I've used the one that this is based off of. This is designed from the Zalman. You can see it's a little bit bent on the sides and things. So I'll just have to bend that nicely back if I do end up using one of these. Now, this is based on the Zalman design, and the Zalman had two heat pipes on each side that ran kind of like twisted like that. And that was quite interesting of them. So just give you a good view. If I take this out of the bag, I can show you guys even better. Aha. Get rid of that. Like the RAM coolers. Those RAM coolers are always useful. I use them for everything but RAM. So most of the time RAM doesn't need any cooling. So there, that's it there. These things are quite cool. It needs a little bit of help just to bend those nicely back. But I'll take my time and then I'll bend all of these just to make sure that everything is nice and okay. Yeah, you can hear it needs some TLC. but I'll bend those back. It comes with shipping. So here's the main event. And it's Ellie's OpenView HD. Now for those of you that don't know, OpenView is this great satellite service in South Africa that you just pay for the decoder and for the dish, and then you get a high definition and you get free channels that you can watch, and they're awesome channels. It's like religious channels and church channels. I mean, it's spectacular. How can anyone not watch that? It's great stuff. So of course, to get in here to unleash the awesomeness, so I'll show you guys how great that is. Wow, awesome. So the first little thing here he clued me up on, this is a slot kit. With a Celeron. This is 600 megahertz Celeron. Huh. A 66 megahertz bus. Yeah, but you could have actually used that in the thing that I sent you. I'm not going to go into descriptive, but that would have worked on that thing I sent you. But I did send you something else with it that might be more interesting to look at, and I can always give you a 400 Celeron. That'll work nicely in there as well. Yeah, and slot kits are always nice. I have a nice board that this will actually work in, seeing as it's a 66 megahertz bus. But this is the main event. And this will go with the other thing I'll show you in a second or two. And what this is, for those of you watching at home, is a very beefy, a very nice 5900 XT. It's an NVIDIA GeForce 5900 XT. And for those of you that don't know, every so often NVIDIA makes a slight mistake when they release a graphics card, and they release a budget top tier card that is such good value that it's only a tiny little bit slower than the fastest, which is the 5950. Okay, but yet at a quarter of, well, not a quarter of the price, but 2/3 of the price. And you always get that with NVIDIA. I mean, the 8800 GT was one, the 9800 GT was one, this 5900 XT is one as well, and for instance the TI 4200 was another one, where the card was in such a budget state that it was just a fantastic card that everyone got back in a day because it was cheap and affordable and really rocked. It's a nice card. It has a nice heavy metal cooler, which is nice. It has A-open sticker. I love my A-open. No busted caps, and I can't wait to test this. But yeah, every so often NVIDIA releases a top tier budget card that just, they shoot themselves in the foot, and this was one of them. I mean, with a slight up clock, this will compete with the 5900, because it's all it was is a slight clock downgrade between this and a normal 5900. And a 5950 slight up overclock will kill a 5950, which is spectacular. But I'm not going to overclock it or anything. I'm just going to run this as is in my new system. Caps on this looks pristine, and I might actually go and replace the caps if it doesn't, if I don't like the caps. But that's just a pristine little graphics card. So yeah, none of that OpenView stuff. I mean, seriously guys, if you're in South Africa, don't waste your money on OpenView. It's literally, I promise you, it's like the free channels that you get on satellites anyway, because no matter what satellite you get, there's always like on one band there's like 20 or 30 channels, and it's like 2 very bad news channels, very biased, very low cost and quality, and the rest is like religious church channels and stuff like that. And this is no different. And there's always one of those channels that shows stuff like from the 1900s that's not copyrighted anymore, so they also do that. But still, I'm glad to have this card in my collection. That's going into a system. And now that brings us to this thing here. The Pentium 3 machine isn't going to go anywhere. I just got to a point where I'm drawing the line with it. I was busy swapping out regulators, replacing it, putting a bench power supply on to get the right voltage, monitoring voltages and things, and that board just it's this close to being stable, like this close, but it's like a rabbit hole. You're chasing a rabbit, and every time you like get to the rabbit, you get to what's causing it to be unstable, the rabbit swerves and runs the other direction. So what I did was, and this was about 3 weeks ago, is I actually bought a board that's completely overkill for what I'm doing. I'm not going to tell you what CPU I'm going to run on it or anything. Because I think the CPU is going to be pretty darn epic. And this is the MSI 845GE Max. It is a 553 limited Pentium 4 motherboard, and I think what's important with this is what's actually going to go here. So I won't give too much of it away for now, but yeah, this is the replacement, because I bought it from a seller and he shipped it to me. It had 2 busted caps. The capacitors shouldn't have caused what was happening, but that board, you'll post it, it'll switch on for no reason whatsoever. You'll plug in power, it'll switch on, it'll give you a black screen. Then you let it sit for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then you switch it off, switch it on, and it'll switch on and it'll work. And you have to do this process every single time. Now when you get something like that, when your board gets that, it's one of the North Bridge or the South Bridge, is a dry BJ ball or joint there. So what that means is the board gets up to temperature. When it's cold, there's a crack joint, it has no contact. When you switch it on and it goes up and the temperature evens out and it creates contact again there, it'll work again. And that's BGA problems. And I'm really hoping that this board, as a replacement to that one, doesn't have that. I'm not going to use the processor that came with this, only to test, to make sure that the board is stable like I did with the other machine. And I'm not telling you guys what processor I'm going to use. The processor is a bit of a surprise. But these two, this and that, they're going together. So let me know what your thoughts are and what you guys think about this. And yeah, I'm going to be this weekend away, so this is a pre-recorded video. The other thing I want to quickly just mention is the state of YouTube. Let's talk about that quickly now. I love doing videos and I love doing the live streams on YouTube. But what I found lately, the times or whenever I do it, there just isn't enough people watching it, and I'm noticing that I'm basically talking to myself. People don't use the chat or anything, so there's no interaction, and it's just not what I need it to be. So I'm going to try and start streaming on Twitch. So the last few weeks I've been pressuring my ISP to just help me investigate why my latency to iStream, not Restream, is so bad, so that we can actually get Twitch and YouTube to work continuously, so that I can have those two platforms. Because it seems like the Twitch community comments more and they interact more than the YouTube community. I don't mean that in a bad way, but that's sort of the thing I want to target. I want interactivity. I want you guys to comment and reply, and the video needs to be organic and change as we do it. Oh, it's just boring. If you've watched that drunken video, I've never seen someone get drunk that's so boring. And I made that video. I don't want to do that again. So I'm asking if we give Twitch a try, I'm going to do 1 or 2 more. If those fail, I'm not going to do live streams. I'm cutting the live streams. Unless it's something that's combined into a special and it's something that's quite big, like what we did with the orange pies, I'm cutting the live streams most likely. That doesn't mean there's not going to be game reviews or game videos and stuff. I will make game reviews. I'm going to do like odd things here and there, and it might fall into worst of the worst. You might get some coverage in games there and stuff. I haven't forgotten about you for those guys that do like it. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. The other thing that's really irritating me, and I've noticed this with YouTube, and because I'm from South Africa, all of the newer features, they're limping here. So anything that has like super chat and that, we're not going to get here. They're just not releasing it. We had the same problem with live streaming from mobiles. They're not going to do it. I've gotten to the point where we need to make a decision. On my channel, I've got 800 people that watch, and I love making videos, and that's all great, but I'm going to start uploading my videos to WinMe as well at the same time. Just so that when the day comes that YouTube decides that it's not profitable in South Africa and they're pulling back, or they're limping the features even more, or I just don't get any views on YouTube anymore, I'm switching over to WinMe, because WinMe doesn't restrict you according to region, it seems. And that's my biggest problem. I mean, I don't want to be penalized just because I'm not from America. It's not that my content is any different. It's just literally the fact that I was born in a different country. So I'm going to try and start doing 2 consecutive uploads. So what gets uploaded here gets uploaded on WinMe. I haven't done it officially yet, but you'll see from now on all my videos in the subtitle or the description will have the WinMe link as well. Oh, sorry, not WinMe. Yeah, why am I saying WinMe? VidMe. VidMe link. And you guys can have a chat there and go watch there or here. I'm not going to stop doing YouTube, and I'm not going to do stuff on VidMe that I'm not doing on YouTube. It doesn't make sense. I just need to create a platform in case something happens to YouTube, and at the moment, the way things are going, stuff is happening at YouTube and things. The only big change that you'll notice is, like I said before, that all live streaming for the games, unless it drastically changes and there's interactivity, I'm not going to do it. And I know it's not your fault. What I noticed is with live streams, and I've noticed it with everyone else's, YouTube doesn't send notifications to everyone, and it gets a problem. It's quite a big problem, but that's YouTube for you. We're getting this with a free service. Still freaking awesome that we get it for free. So yeah, Twitch and YouTube streaming is going to be my last thing, but I'm not going to do that until I know that I can get it working and we can test it. So that could be a week, could be a month, could be 6 months. I'm waiting for Web Africa to get back to me and say, listen, we had a look at this and it's that's causing your latency. I sent through a whole bunch of tests with them, and they claim that it's the local exchange is pinging high. That's what's... It's not how that works. But I'll have to wait and see. There are changes coming. I just want you guys to bear with me. I'm going to jack up my quality of my normal videos. Pickups, not so much. Pickups will stay the same. But we are going to do quite a bit. So yeah, that's all from me, HP Zeta. Until next time, cheerio.